In here, one of the things that we had happen yesterday is that I recorded these classes and we had audio issues, and I have no idea why. So I'm just listening to these things and making sure. I'm getting a little delay here, but the video sounds good, so I'm going to assume that everything is sounding good here also. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird deal, and I have no idea why this is. You have all this equipment. All you do is you don't disconnect anything. You just turn it on, and then the next thing you know, you've got some kind of an issue that you never have happened before, and then it's a pain because not only are classes unable to get the lesson, and then I have to go back and re-record it, but it's just a pain in the rear end. So I do apologize for that. Today, what we're going to do, guys, is that we are going to follow up on the METARS that we did. You had homework to do. So here's what you're going to do in today's class. In today's class, you are going to go through the homework, and Mrs. Benton is going to put you through, I believe it was on the last 6, or it could have been the last 5, METARS, and go through that and make sure that you all agree on the information that you came up with for those METARS, okay? Then, another thing I want you to do is that I want you to look at these, and I want you to use the categories and label what each section of a METAR is. For instance, that first section is the ICAO identifier for the airport. The next section that you're going to have is going to be what? The date and time, correct? Then what comes after that? Where do you have the wind? So this is what I want you guys to do, because remember, the order in which the information comes to you is every bit as important as the information itself, because that is the standard, and it's what you have to get used to hearing. And remember how we even say it. We say the category first and then what it is. So for instance, winds 280 at whatever, gusting, whatever that's going to be. Okay, so that's how we would say the wind. And then we would say visibility. Then sky conditions, temperature, dew point, altimeter setting. You know all of those categories and know the order, okay? So I want you to write those down to make sure you know what those are also. Then we're going to do one more here with I'm sorry. Let me go back. Goodness. And so once you have those and you know that, you know, what everything is, then that's going to be it on the METARS for now. Because remember, sorry about that. Remember, the big thing is that for this, I want you to know what the METARS are. I want you to know how they are assembled when they come out, and what information is included in a METAR. Then we're going to move to the TAFS. So here's going to be the lesson here for the day. I'm going to move this over here to this screen, and Mrs. Benton, I am going to ask that you pull up aviationweather.gov. aviationweather.gov. When you go to aviationweather.gov, you'll get a page that looks like this, and you'll see METARS here, which are observations, and then we see these things called TAFs. A TAF is a terminal aerodrome forecast. Terminal aerodrome forecast. I'm sure the guys have already told you what that is because they have all done the reading. So we're going to be talking about terminal aerodrome forecasts. A TAF uses the same type of methodology when it comes to decoding these, but it's a little bit different. So we're going to walk you guys through these, but for this I want you to pull up aviationweather.gov, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to click on TAF. After you click on TAF, you're going to scroll down here, and on the ID component, you are going to enter the 10 airports that we talked about before. And you can see what those airports are. KASE, KEGE, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, these are different. These are different. Okay, so I'm going to try to remember. Well, the guys have the 10 that they have lined up here right now, and I want to say it's KASE, KEGE, KGJT, KDEN, KABQ, KLAX, KLGA. They can tell you what they are, but what you do is you plug these in here, and you'll capitalize these and go KASE, which is the ICAO identifier, space, you don't put a comma or a dash or anything, just a space, and then KEGE space, KGJT space, KDEN space, and you can put all the other 10 there, and then you get TAF data. So once you do that, then this pops up. Now I'm going to move this here, stand by, I need to get this over here, and this pops up. So now let me kind of blow this up just a little bit, and let's talk about what we have right here. So let's look at this, and I'm going to do the little Mr. Etch-a-Sketch thing, and we're going to talk about the things that are similar. So now, we have the ICAO identifier, right? Then we have our date and time. So here we have the 30th, and this is at 11:40 Zulu. So here it is, the 30th of the month at 11:40 Zulu. And then we have something else here. We have the expiration as to how long this forecast is good for. So in this case, in Aspen, it begins here on the 30th at 1200 hours, and it ends on the 1st at 1200 hours. So that is a 24-hour forecast. Remember, a terminal aerodrome forecast. This is weather that we are expecting within 5 nautical miles of the center of the airfield for 24 hours in this case. So here you get the ICAO identifier, date and time, and here you have the duration of this. So that's one thing that's a little bit different about a TAF versus a METAR. Then what do we have here? We have our winds. The winds are expected to be 180 at 8 knots. That's what they're expected to be. We're expecting, P stands for greater than, 6 statute miles of visibility. We're expecting broken clouds at 10,000 feet AGL. And one of the things that kind of happened here is that it looks as though that there was some wind shear, and the wind shear was 020 to 230 at 40 knots. Kids, that's strong. So that's pretty amazing. When you look at 020 to 230, which is almost 180 degrees, at 40 knots. Now, some of you may have heard, or may remember me telling you that Aspen is the only place I think that I have ever landed where I have watched the windsocks do this at ends of the field, where you wind up having opposite winds there. And so this is not uncommon when we have higher winds that we have, especially if we have a wind shear that we're looking at. So this is one thing that I want you guys to keep in mind, that this is, sort of a possibility up there. So I'm going to erase this, get rid of that. Then we look at this next line. Now this next line is also going to tell us a story here as well. This next line here, the FM stands for from. So from the 30th at 1400 Zulu, winds are expected to be 180 at 12, gusting to 20. Greater than 6 statute miles visibility, scattered clouds at 8,000 feet AGL, broken clouds at 15,000 feet AGL. Okay? Then, from the 30th at 1800 Zulu, we look for our winds 220 at 16, gusting to 26, greater than 6 statute miles visibility. We have a broken layer at 8,000 feet AGL and another broken layer at 10,000 feet AGL. Kind of looks like got a little weather coming in here today, right? Then from the 1st at 0200 Zulu. By the way, what is 0200 Zulu? How many hours are we behind Greenwich, England right now? 6, right? So if we say 2 a.m. and then we subtract 6 from that, so there's 2 getting us back to midnight at 2400 hours, and then 4 more, because 2 and 4 make 6, 4 more, that's going to be 8 p.m. local time, right? So with this one here, 8 p.m. local time, we're expecting winds 250 at 9. Looks like things are settling down a little bit. Greater than 6 statute miles visibility, but it looks as though that the broken cloud layer is going to be a little bit lower here at 6,000 feet AGL, and that other layer moving down to 9,000 feet AGL. And then at 0500 here, which is going to be 11 p.m., this is going to be winds 200 at 6, greater than 6 statute miles visibility, and that ceiling continues to drop to 5,000 feet AGL, and then another broken layer at 7,000 feet AGL. You kind of see how to look at those? Well, here's something else I want to show you. If we get out of this, and I go back to this, look what happens. You see this? Hang on. Whoops. How do I do this? So here's what you can do. I want you guys to do this. First off, I want Mrs. Benton to pull the TAFs in the raw form for the 10 airports that we were working with before. Then I will let her do the same report with the decoded version of it. And what that allows you to do is that it allows you to see what the coded version is, and then underneath it you will see the decoded version so that you know how to run these. Once you're able to do that, and you can see this with the little cheat sheet on how this works, what will happen then on Wednesday is that you're going to have a quiz, and you're going to have a quiz on TAFs, on understanding how to decode a TAF, okay? So this is going to give you the key, basically, to allow you to interpret the TAF. Also in your books, you'll notice that you have information there that can also help you decode the TAFs as well. So this is going to require some initiative on your part, which is a good thing, I think. So again, here's what's going to happen. You're going to review the METARS, make sure that everybody agrees on the METARS that you did on those 10 airports. Then Mrs. Benton is going to pull up aviationweather.gov, click on METARS, then she's going to plug into those things, the airport identifiers, space, next airport, space, next airport, and do just the raw to let you look at those. Then after you've had a chance to take a few swings at the raw, then she's going to give you the decoded version of those so that you can see what you got right or what you need to correct here for the next one, okay? So that's what I want you guys doing today. All right, there you go. Guys, have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday, okay? Guys, good luck.